Hi, this is Flo again, and I've been asked to do the toolbox from Sweet Tooth Boxes. This toolbox is also found on Handyman, so if you have either of these cartridges, you will be able to make this. What I have done is I've placed the icons on my Gypsy, and I'm going to cut from the E2 from my Gypsy. Just going to press OK on my Gypsy. I've cut this at a 6-inch, and I have designed it on my Gypsy, so in consequence to that, it is actually cut in landscape mode. And when you're using your Gypsy, you must remember that it designs in landscape mode, so just be a little bit careful, because sometimes I put the paper on the mat the wrong way round. When you're doing a 12 by 12 it's not so bad, but if you're doing smaller pieces that can be quite frustrating. Now I'll just take it all off the mat. Actually, I'll do that right now. Let's see how... There you go, and you can see that it's come off the mat. And I'll just show you those pieces now. And I'll unload the mat now, and I will show you how I put it together. Right, the pieces have been unloaded off the mat now, and we have 4 icons that we use with this particular toolbox. That's the one side. This little side piece is cut separately, and this is the handle and the lock that goes on the front. So I shall now fold on all the score lines, and I'll just pause while I'm doing that. Now I have scored and folded each of these, and I think one of the things that people have the most problem with is putting together the lid. So I shall now show you that this goes on here. Now at the back, this little tab here that you can see down the bottom, this is actually going to go inside the back of the box, I think. So let me have a look and see how the bottom of the box goes and see whether that's right. Now you can see I have put adhesive on the first little tab here, and I have glued that together. I find if I press this or burnish this with my bone folder, it seems to make the adhesive stick a lot better. Now this is the bottom of the box. These 2 little end flaps go in, and these 2 pieces hook in to each other. Well, they do, yes, come on, hook into each other, like that. And I think probably they could do with a little bit of adhesive to stick them down. Now this is where we have the back of the box, and this is the part that a lot of people get confused. So I will just see what we can do with putting the sides on the top of the box first, and rather than watch me just stick it all together, I'll come back when I've got the sides on. Now when we have the lid put together, we have these 2 little extra tabs that stick out of the bottom of the lid. Now we've also got this long piece here, and when you're putting the extra side on that is cut separately, just remember that it doesn't go right to the very bottom. It comes up slightly at the side to match the one that's put there on the other side that actually cut with the part of the lid. And the bottom has this little piece at the back. Now here's where a lot of people seem to have trouble. This is the extra flap on the back of the box, and that is the lid. Now these 2 little tabs sit underneath there and match up with that like that, and then the lid sits flush with the box like that. So I shall now put glue on those and put that in there like that. Now I found it much easier to undo the bottom of the box, lie it flat, and then get that little piece in here. Now the back of it goes up the outside there at the back. I have got it a little bit crooked still, but this piece goes up the outside of the back, and the little piece that comes down, that part of the bottom of the box, forms the inside top piece there. So you don't need glue on the entire piece of this, just the little piece that's at the bottom of the lid. Now the final little bit of the box is to put the little attachments in for the lock, and that just slots in there like so. It does wiggle around a little bit, but that's so that you can put the top piece on. The top piece just gets glued in here, which I will do shortly, and the handle goes in the top piece by here. Now this is where this pick comes in very handy. I've just slid that in and lifted that a little, and that's made it a lot easier. So when I use the pick, just bring that up a little bit like that, and that then makes it a lot easier for that to just slide in, and there's your handle in there. Right, now I just need to glue the front on. Right, now I've put this little box together. It's a rather cute little toolbox. You can see that at the sides, this little piece in the front comes just down over the front, so not a lot. The pokey out bit, which I assume is supposed to be the latch, and you could put something through there, even a piece of ribbon to hold the box together. My recommendation would be, if you're doing this, to cut a double handle, which would also give you a double latch, which I think would make that a little bit stronger. If it's just for show, it wouldn't be so bad, but if you were wanting to put something in it, I would suggest that you glue the bottom and maybe put a little liner in the bottom, because that would just make that little bit stronger. This would make a lovely little box to put some tools in from the Handyman cart. Another idea would be to use it as a lunchbox, like a man's lunchbox. Great gift for, or a great gift box for a man, that you could put all sorts of little things inside, and I think it's rather cute. I've inked the edges of this with a Stampin' Up! Ink pad called Concord Crush, and for some reason most of the toolboxes I've seen are either orange or red, so that's why I chose the orange to do that. And they're usually dirty, which is why I chose the Concord Crush, because this colour sort of just makes it look like it's got a little bit of grease and dirt on it and well used. And I hope you like it. Now this little toolbox was cut, as I said in the beginning, at 6 inches. Now I was just going to get my little ruler out, and its finished dimensions are about 4 1/16 by 2 3/16, and its height, not including the handle, is about 4 1/4. So that gives you some idea of what a 6-inch box would be. Now do remember that if you make something from 6 inches to 3 inches, it won't be half the size. The dimensions will go this way, so it'll actually be 1/4 of the size. So some people get a little bit confused with that, but it's all in the mathematics. Hope you like it.